to get 20% off your first order. Paleo Magazine, the Wellbeing Journal, and the International Society of Sports Nutrition. Great companies. Happy to have them as sponsors. And I'm happy to have you guys in studio today. I really am. It's great energy here with Rosalie Robinson, Daniel Tagg, and Elizabeth Elbert, and, of course, Diamond and Aviana. Okay, so Rosalie, Workplace Energy Titans is what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Rosalie Robinson is the Vice President of Human Resources for Motorsport Aftermarket Group, and she is our in-house human resources expert with over 30 years of HR leadership experience working with both Fortune 500 companies and small businesses. And you can find her at consiliumhc.com. That's consiliumhc.com. Okay, we often talk about how to avoid the energy vampires, okay? Mm-hmm. But today we're going to talk about how to identify energy titans. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you do that? What's an energy titan?
Well, yeah. So everybody knows the good old energy vampire. You just see them. Sometimes you feel them. You can spot them miles away.
Yes.
They come in a room and they suck.
They walk in the room
out.
And you're thinking, get the F out of here.
Yeah, you just hear a sound as they walk into the room, for sure. And so I think all too often we focus on that negative side of the energy. We forget about there's got to be a positive side, right? There's got to be these people who emanate something that is more positive. And so there's lots of articles out there that talk about positive people. And I think all too often we make it simplistic. We think of positive as rah, right? Mm-hmm. How many times, though, do you have people who are very positive and they really aren't? They're not the physically outward person that you see, that expression, like the cheerleader. Mm-hmm. Now, sometimes they are, but, they're not always. And so it's more of a behavior. Mm-hmm. There's a consistency that you see. It's not something that you can fake, and it's something you feel. Mm-hmm. Other people feel it. They can actually sense it. And those are the people that are those energy titans. The person who, what is a titan? A titan it's gigantic, right? If you think about Titan from Greek mythology, you think about, the sun for Saturn, for example, it is huge. And that is the thing. This individual, when they come in, they have that. Elizabeth has that. You can see her. She's got a sparkle in her eye. She emanates an energy that is highly positive, and you can feel that. You can sense that, right? And so I think, those are the things you get. It's this individual that, in essence, probably has a good balance also. So some of the things, those indicators that you asked me about, one of them is they're very realistic. They're usually not the person who says, well, life will be great if I make it great. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's a wonderful optimistic thing. Optimism is good to have, but an energy titan is realistic. So they're able to say, yes, I know having a positive outlook is important, but I'm also realistic. I think about the worst case scenario. That's the second indicator, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not here sitting down thinking life's a bowl of cherries is going to be great every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, so how was the phrase coined, energy titan? Where does it come from?
So interesting. I must confess that is a bit of a self-made moniker, right? Because we spend so much time. I Googled on the internet. How do we talk about these people? We talk about them as positive. We talk about them as having grit. So if you look at the Duckworth study out of Pennsylvania, right? She did a whole thing that has become huge in psychology around grit. And that comes from, again, people of positive thinking. But we spend no time saying, I'm going to name these people or call them something. And we have lots of negative terms for the other side, like the energy vampire. I thought it's about time we call this what they are. They are energy titans. They're people who, when you have them in your presence, you can't get enough.
Yeah.
You'd be happy to go spend an afternoon with Elizabeth, wouldn't you? Mm-hmm. Yes, see? Look at that.
You had to look at Daniel, didn't you?
I did.
But, we know those people. We love to spend time with them. As a colleague of mine who's a very expensive coach has said, she said, yeah, when you meet them, you'll always keep them in your circle because they feel good to you. Mm-hmm. They give you something you need and you want that helps position you well in the next thing. And when you think about work, we have lots of people who we get that in the room, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't have as many people who come in and deliver the positive and elevate. You need the people who raise the waterline for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, I think an energy titan is someone who does no harm to other people. Mm-hmm. And animals. I'll throw that in there too, because that's an energy as well. And I have some other thoughts too. I was so deeply listening to you that they evaporated. So
I'm sorry.
So how would you identify an energy titan?
I think, there's some simple things. One, you find they're a person who is fairly realistic. So I don't mean they come in a room and they, hey, you haven't thought about this realistically. I mean, they're just very practical in their approach, right? They're also someone who isn't afraid to think of the worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. They understand the wisdom of balancing the optimist and the pessimist. Mm-hmm. So they're able to say, I think this can be a positive thing, a good thing that can come out of it. But more importantly, they balance that. So they think about worst case scenario.
Balance and how? Give us an example.
So I was just going there. You're so good. I love this being on here with you. So when you think about, worst case scenarios, for me, I always think about Christmas because you get with family and you have to think about, that cousin who's just not always on the right side of their commentary. And so they think about the worst case scenario. Okay, so I'm going to go over here for Christmas. I know he's going to make some remark. I'm going to get pissed and my kids are going to want to walk out. How do I kind of balance that out?
That's not very nice at Christmas.
I'm sure there are tons of people on here who are thinking about the drama for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And I mean, nothing brings it out more than family because you can behave your worst around your family.
For sure.
And they probably will forgive you because... you're deeply connected as a family, typically, but not always.
No, but if you're bringing your new girlfriend or boyfriend, as the case may be, to your family, you want to think through those worst case scenarios. So a person who is that energy titan, they don't want the room to get that dynamic. So they think about that. They think about not that I'm going to orchestrate or manipulate, but how do I help prepare people so that I can have a better outcome here, right? And we can enjoy that. So, it is someone who not only is practical, who not only balances that, but they take action. Mm-hmm. I think all too often you think about an optimist. An optimist sees the positivity, but they may not take action. The person who's an energy titan says, I see this, I understand it, I'm thinking about some of these things, what could be the downside, but I'm going to act.
Like an example. I'm trying to get clarification here because when I think of someone who's an energy titan or someone an energy sucker, but an energy titan to me is someone who would not participate in gossip. They don't talk badly about other people behind their back. So many people do that and they think it's okay. It's so not cool.
It's not
You want to suck the energy out of me in a room, all you have to do is start talking bad about somebody else behind their back. I think it's deplorable. I mean, once in a while we're all going to do it in certain circumstances, but it doesn't have to be negative. But
no, I would agree with you. I don't think that's a behavior that an energy titan would exhibit in terms of gossiping about someone. I think if you're talking about, the example following the string here, I'm going for the holidays and I'm thinking about an action would be, hey, I'm probably going to call those relatives I know, the one who's most important to me, like my cousin, and say, hey, I'm bringing a friend with me. I hope that's okay. Or should we stay at a hotel? Okay, no, it's okay. I can stay at your house. Great. Okay, so now what room are they going to stay in? Can you help me with that? Can we talk through that? Hey, this person doesn't really like, and walk them through and actually bounce it back and forth. So now you're preparing. What does that action do? It prepares that person who typically might be more negative to start having a different framing as they get together with this person you're introducing to them. At the same time, you're going to act with the other person. Hey, you know what? I'm going to bring you over to meet my family. My cousin has an interesting sense of humor. I want to prepare you for it. Here's some of the jokes we had last year, just so they get a feel for it. Oh, okay, I can deal with that, So they're prepared for it. They're not going to react negatively or be caught off guard. So now you've given everybody a chance to show up at their best.
So what do you do at work when you how does this work at work?
So at work, it's really important. So if you think about those energy titans, you got a big presentation you have to make to the boss. You want one or two of those in the room, right, as you're doing that if it's a group session. Yeah. Because you want that person who's going to act and ask questions that help you to positively present it and also think through things practically that you may have missed. So it helps you be at your best. It also helps your boss have a great sense of, wow, there's some teamwork here, right, going on. And it elevates the entire group. It's not just someone who points darts at you, but it's someone who helps people to think about this and shift paradigms.
I hate dart pointers.
I know. I call them the snipers. They're the snipers at work. There's no fun. I just got to sit up on the corner and shoot you.
Well, we judge each other much too harshly. Seriously, we do. As a nation, there's just so much judgment going on. My gosh. Good stuff. Always love having you in studio. Thank you so much. Rosalie Robinson, we have Daniel Tagg coming up. Stay tuned, everyone. You're listening to One Life Radio.
I'm bad news. a merry-go-round spiraling down. I'm all used up.
Hello, I'm Allie McGraw for People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Our animal companions rely on us, especially during a natural disaster. If you're forced to evacuate your home, do not leave your animals behind. Visit helpinganimals.com.
Hey, this is Sean Wells of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. One Life Radio is proud to partner with the ISSN. The ISSN is the world's leading scientific organization dedicated to the science of supplements and sports nutrition. For their latest conferences and events, go to theissn.org. That's the ISSN.org.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette. Do you know why I love Paleo Magazine? Paleo Magazine was founded with the purpose of providing readers with the information they need to live strong, vibrant, healthy lives. They are dedicated to partnering with leaders in the paleo community to spread the knowledge of ancestral health principles without the influence of big pharma or big agriculture. Paleo Magazine. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram, or visit them at paleomagonline.com. That's paleomagonline.com.
Here's the dill pickle. Squatty Potty works. It's awesome. Find yours at your local Bed Bath & Beyond, Amazon, or squattypotty.com. That's squattypotty.com.
Sun Warrior believes that plants provide the cleanest and most powerful foods, rich in antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and phytonutrients. Our bodies crave real foods, especially in this age where we heavily process everything we eat, stripping out all of the benefits and nutrition well before we have a chance to even use them. Illuminate your body, mind, and the planet with Sun Warrior. To learn more, visit them at sunwarrior.com. That's sunwarrior.com.
Pancreatic cancer is the world's toughest cancer and demands urgent action to save lives. Join the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network Saturday, November 10th at Clyde Warren Park in Dallas for Purple Stride DFW, the walk to end pancreatic cancer. Register now at purplestride.org/DFW.
Hi, I'm Eli Roth for PETA. While violence in the movies is make-believe, sadly, violence against animals is all too real. Countless animals are tortured and abused every day, and most of the time these crimes go unreported. If you know of someone who is abusing an animal, please tell the police or tell an adult. People who get away with hurting animals often turn their violence against people, and that's a cycle we need to break. So let's leave the violence where it belongs, on the screen.
Welcome back to One Life Radio. This is Bernadette with Diamond Gray. I've got Daniel Tagg in studio with me, Elizabeth Albert, and Rosalie Robinson. Daniel Tagg is an orthokinetic specialist trainer at Telos Fitness Center. He is certified in orthokinetics, the biomechanics of resistance training, and he is a licensed massage therapist. And I see here MAT, but there's no explanation. So MAT.
I need to update that. It's muscle activation
there
technique.
There you go. Muscle activation technician?
Just technique.
Technique. Okay. And you also hold belts in 3 different martial arts systems. Today we're talking about genetics and lifting. Mm-hmm. This is kind of a hot topic because now there's so many companies coming out with genetic testing that can tell you, so they say, a variety of things. Mm-hmm. Like what you should eat, how you should exercise, all kinds of things. What do you think about that?
So I think it's complete BS. And
really?
I consulted Sean. Right? Because Sean
Sean Wells.
Yes. So Sean Wells, because he's my go-to, because he always knows a lot about research and this kind of stuff.
Well, and he is a fellow of the International Society of Sports Nutrition. Mm-hmm. He is a scientist. He has so much knowledge in that brain of his. Yes. What did he say?
He said it's extremely shaky with the research. He does not believe in it. And that genetics is constantly changing, so it's not a smart idea to base how you should do something based off of just these tests that they're giving you. This is constantly changing.
Yeah, interesting. And some of them are quite costly as well. I mean, They're expensive. They're hundreds of dollars. Well, so, genetics and strength training, just how different are we? Can we really hone in on what exercise is best for us based on genetics?
It's not even what's best as far as the exercise. It's what's best as far as our eating and our exercise habits, right? Because there's kind of 3 main body types that they've kind of classified, and it's ectomorph,